Hi, hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Ren. I make content on YouTube all about reading, writing, productivity, and goal setting. So if that sounds good to you and you haven't already, definitely hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn those post notifications so that you never miss another upload from me. And today we are going to be doing a nice little writing vlog and showcasing my progression for finishing the first draft of the second book in my urban fantasy romance series, Sinister Alphas. So, full disclosure, I definitely am refilming this intro. My original intro for this vlog honestly sucked. I did not like it, so I decided to just say fuck it and refilm it here. So for those of you who are unaware, Sinister Alphas is the second book in my urban fantasy romance series titled the Rails Council series. So book one, Sinister Wolves, is fully drafted and edited. I still have to do a line and copy edit on that book. I never got around to it when I was during the editing phase. But other than that, that book is done. I am planning on self-publishing this entire series, and I am currently in the process of getting my financial life in order. Honestly, my adult life in order in fucking general. So because of that, and because I know it's going to be a little bit until I can realistically afford to put the investment into publishing, my current goal is to draft and edit the entire series so that I can somewhat do like a rapid release type of thing. My goal is to publish these books probably about 6 months apart. Realistically, financially wise, I feel like that's the quickest I would be able to handle doing it. Because I am also very like particular with how I want to go about publishing. Like, I'm not going to be skimping on getting a professional cover artist or editor or all of that kind of stuff. So I think publishing a book every 6 months is pretty feasible financially, and then obviously having all the books drafted and edited ahead of time is going to make that a lot easier. And Sinister Alphas is a really interesting case because I stopped and started this book a couple different times. So initially I started the first draft of this on July 7th of 2025, and then I stopped the draft on July 9th of 2025 because there were just a lot of personal circumstances, and I stopped writing until February of this year. In February, I repicked up this book, and then I stopped writing on June 1st for a couple weeks. I picked this back up on June 18th, which is when this vlog starts up. And I honestly got a mini case of writer's block / depression. I was honestly just in a bit of a low state, and that just really prevented me from figuring out where I wanted the draft to go. I started getting to that point in the draft because usually when I'm like a good portion of the way through the draft, I start second guessing everything. I start feeling that the draft is shit and I should just start over or work on a different project. And it was just such a bigger case with Sinister Alphas, and I think because like in my head I just felt like I had written such a shitty draft. And then I finally like reread over a lot of the drafting, and I realized that I had actually written a really strong draft. I firmly believe this is the best first draft I have ever fucking written, and I'm really proud of myself for the output that I have made, which is awesome. So today's video, we're just gonna follow me through the week and 2 days that it took me to finish this first draft. And I also wanted to note that my word count prior to this vlog starting was sitting at 119,030 words, and from the start of this video I started on chapter 30, and it follows me up until chapter 46, which is the last chapter. I think that is all of the things I wanted to tell you guys. So without further ado, let's hop right into this vlog. So today has been a hectic day, right? So today's goal is to write chapters 30 through 32. So I have a couple emails I gotta respond to really quickly, then I'm gonna get right to writing. I'm gonna write until dinner's done, pretty much. We're gonna put on some 3 Days Grace and some Linkin Park to write this torture scene. I'm really excited about the scene. I've been imagining this for fucking months. I'm so happy I finally get to write it. Like, the ending of this book, all of these parts are parts I have had in my head for so long, and I'm really happy that I feel like I've created an ending that I'm really satisfied with. At this point, I think that the beginning and middle of the book is probably going to have a lot added to it in draft 2, but that's a future run problem. I don't even know if I'm going to edit this book anytime soon, or if I'm going to continue drafting the next book in the series, or work on a different project, or what I want to do yet. For right now, I just want to focus on finishing this book, and then I'll figure out the rest as it comes. Anyways, that's the update. I'm gonna go ahead, we'll respond to some emails, start writing, and I will update you guys once I'm done with writing for the day around 9 o'clock. Okay guys, time for an update. It's not 9 quite yet, it's 5:07. Chapter 30 is done, and I just read the first scene of chapter 31, which is the first chapter in the new point of view for the end of the book. I'm really enjoying writing their perspective. It's really fun. I added a big plot twist at the end of chapter 30, which it's going to lead into the next books I did. I'm so excited for that. Word count wise, let's see where I'm at. I have written 2,248 words. Now I gotta figure out, because we're on like a little rescue mission type of thing, but I made the rescue mission really hard. So now I need to figure out how the rescue mission is gonna be executed. So I need to put on my thinking brain and figure that out. I'll get back to writing. I'll let you guys know how it goes in a little bit. Okay guys, final update of today. Did not finish chapter 32, but I did finish the first scene in it, which is the longest part. Oh, I don't want to say that. That's debatable. But the important thing is I started chapter 32. I have written a fuck ton of words today. I did not think it was this much. I wrote 7,766 words today, which is fucking bonkers to me. Really, really happy with how the side character point of view went. Oh my god, I had so much fun writing it. I got to dive into more of the witchcraft and all that kind of stuff. I also added a huge plot twist to it. And then in chapter 32, I also added not exactly a plot twist, but I went a different direction than I was planning on. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I just made notes for the rest of chapter 32. So tomorrow's goal is gonna be to, in theory, finish chapter 32. But I'm gonna update my other vlog because I'm doing 2 vlogs at once, which is kind of confusing, but it's fine. I'm gonna update that vlog and then I'm gonna go to bed. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow. The plan is to write from 15 a.m. till 11:15 a.m. tomorrow, and then maybe when I get off work too, we'll see. But I will keep you guys posted tomorrow with the writing. Hi guys, hello, welcome back to the vlog. Just started writing like half an hour ago, but the morning routine didn't quite go as planned. I just got like 30 minutes behind, so I'm not gonna ramble today because I got a little behind, so I want to get right to writing. But I'm on my writing playlist. We're gonna write some. I'll have my little clips going, and then I will update you guys after the writing session is done. Alright guys, I have hit a stopping point, so I'm going to stop for my first session of today. I wrote for 68 minutes. I wrote 2,580 words, so I wrote about 38 words per minute. That's pretty average for me. So I'm writing the crisis, which is basically a event that leads into the breaking point. It's kind of like a mini climax right before the climax. It's basically the last big battle right before your climax, and it's the worst one yet. The first scene of chapter 32 was Derek's point of view in the crisis. It's half in Leo's point of view and then half in Derek's point of view. And then the second scene here is basically the aftermath of the crisis. We kind of see how Derek is dealing with the events that have occurred. And that's basically what I wrote, was the initial aftermath. And then the last part of the chapter is going to be basically a bunch of hurt comfort between Derek and Ronan. So that's going to be the rest of it. I'm hoping I can finish up when I get off tonight if I have enough time. Should be able to. I couldn't imagine that will be more than like maybe another 2K. I'm probably going to have it separated in a few scenes, but I don't think it's going to be anything like super long. So should be fine. But yeah, that's my update for now. I will see you guys when I get off work. Hi guys, hello, welcome back to the vlog. Yeah. I'm going to write a little bit tonight. I'm not going to write a lot, but I've been looking forward to writing this like all fucking day. So I want to at least reward myself with a little bit of writing. So I'm going to write between either like half an hour to an hour, just kind of depending on my energy level. If I have it in me to do a full hour, I'm going to. But I'm definitely going to cap myself at an hour. My goal is to wake up somewhere between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow. I was hoping to wake up by 5 tomorrow, but with getting off so late, that's just not going to fucking happen. It's already almost midnight. I'm going to write a little bit, update you guys after I finish writing for the night. And then I'm definitely going to have a lot more writing time tomorrow. I'm off the next 2 days, which is awesome. I'm going to light some candles, set the mood, I'm going to start writing. And I will check in with you guys after I'm done writing for the night. Alright guys, I really keep my eyes open. I only wrote for 27 minutes and I wrote 548 words. So I know the direction I want to take this in the morning. So that will be morning Ren's problem. And I will check in with you guys on. Hi guys, hello. Welcome back to the vlog. Not gonna up as early as I was hoping. I might have talked about this last night, I don't remember. But I was hoping to wake up between 6 and 8 today. That did not fucking happen. I had a really bad nightmare, which kind of dampened my mood. And then I just think yesterday was just a lot for me, between waking up at 7:45 and then working until 10 and then not going to bed until like almost 2. Like that was a lot. That was a lot for me. Okay. So the goal for today is to finish the current chapter, hopefully write 2 more chapters after that. And the biggest goal is that I need to be in bed by like 10 at the absolute latest, hopefully sooner, because I want to be up by 5. If I was smart, I'd get up by 4 tomorrow, but I don't think that's very realistic, so I'm not doing that. Because yeah, so to get 8 hours of sleep, I would have to sleep by 9 tonight. So the goal is 9. I just don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll see. My back pain is terrible today. I'm really struggling there, which is why I'm laying in bed with the pills prepped up. I am not gonna be sitting up at my coffee table. The writing may not look very aesthetic today, because it's not aesthetic today at all. I am not aesthetic right now, okay? I am wearing what I affectionately call my dysphoria hoodie, because it's like the hoodie that I feel like I feel like it looks the baggiest. I feel like my chest looks like a vague thing in this hoodie, which is what I need this morning. Being trans sucks sometimes. The trans people will get it. So honestly, be so real, I don't want to fucking write today. I don't. What I want to do is I want to lay in my bed. I want to go back to sleep, first of all. Second of all, I want to watch some fucking Grey's Anatomy, fucking doom scroll. Like, that's what I want to do today. But I'm not letting myself do that. But I am going to be kind to myself today. And while I really want to hit my goals, I am preparing myself for the fact that that may not happen. Because yeah, it's a struggling body day, it's a struggling mind day. Anyways, let's just start the very non-aesthetic writing session clips now. All right. Finished my first writing session today. I just finished chapter 32. Seriously started writing at like 12:45. I ended up watching a couple other tube videos. I forgot to schedule a couple Instagram posts, so I did that before I forgot about it again. I wrote for a little under 2 hours, and I wrote 3,028 words. So words per minute wise, not great. It's also because I kept getting stuck. But I'm really happy with how the chapter turned out. I think it's really good. Very, very satisfied with that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to dive right into chapter 33. I've kind of figured out what I want to do with this chapter, I think. I'm aiming for this to be a shorter chapter. So the last chapter was almost 8,000 words. It ended up being 7,740 words. I'm aiming for this chapter to be a short chapter. But take a break, eat, get more coffee, because a fly landed in my coffee. So I need to make more now. But yeah, I will update you guys once I do some more writing. Okay guys, I forgot to film myself writing, so my bad, but it is currently 4:53. I just finished chapter 33. That chapter was 1,736 words. Only took me about an hour to write that chapter. So yeah, it was definitely a bit of a shorter chapter. Did everything I needed to. I wanted to show Max's breaking point, but Max's breaking point in this book is kind of pushed down. We will see, like, the way that I'm kind of writing it is that Ronan and Derek are the ones with the big breaking points. It's basically like, gotta keep their shit together, and Max is basically that guy. He's like, I gotta keep my cool, I gotta keep my shit together, I can't fucking flip out, I can't be angry, I can't be sad, like, I'm gonna bury it. And then in one of his last chapters, it might be the very last chapter that we get his point of view, or the one before, you see kind of everything accumulate, and yeah, you really see him break down. So, bit of a short chapter. I just made my mini outline for the next chapter, and there's definitely a lot going on in this chapter. I don't know if it will get written fully today, because it's gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna try. We're gonna hope. So I'm gonna write for like an hour-ish, and I gotta go cut grass. But I'm gonna probably write for another hour or so, and then I'll do that, and I'll let you guys know how the chapter's looking at that point. Okay guys, update. I finished the chapter. I ended up making it a short chapter. Was not planning on that. But I'm torn. I could extend it longer, but my biggest thing is that I don't want like a big planning sequence. Oh, but I could do that instead. BRB guys, I'm gonna keep writing. Hi guys, I'm out of breath, but I had a thought. Other clip I was like about to be like, oh, the chapter's done, and then I was like, but wait, there's more. So I'm about to go back to that scene of the chapter that I started, because I also remembered that there was a really important conversation that has to happen in Ron's point of view in Ron's chapter. So I'm gonna keep the suspense of the plan for the climax up to where you don't hear about it in a chapter. You just know nobody likes the plan, and everybody is like, are we all gonna die? And then in Leo's chapter is when you will start to learn parts of the plan. That's one of my personal favorite tropes in books. I really like it when I don't know, like as the reader, what the fuck the plan is for the characters to get themselves out of a situation or to take down the bad guy. I get right back to writing. Pray with me to find a shirt that I can give you guys updates in that won't make me overheat, but that also won't make me want to actually kill myself. It is currently 10:50. I stayed up a lot later than I should have, but life things happened. I had to. Didn't really have an option in it, but it's fine. I'm probably just gonna end up sacrificing the sleep because I really do have to get up early tomorrow because I literally have to start getting up at like 3:30 a.m. on Monday. So I don't really have an option of it. A quick writing update. So I don't remember what I said in the last clip, but in total today I've written a lot. We finished chapter 32, we started and finished chapters 33 and 34, and I started chapter 35. I got only about 300 words into 35, but that was bonus writing, so I'm not mad about that at all. In total, we had different writing sessions. The first one I wrote 3,028 words. The second I wrote 1,746 words. The third I wrote 2,126 words. And the fourth I wrote 996 words. In total today I wrote 1,896 words, and I spent 4.3 hours writing. So yeah, I'm really happy with the writing that I did. I made a lot of really good progress, but I will check in with you guys in the morning. I have time blocked tomorrow to get used to doing mornings, so I'm gonna be writing from about 6:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. tomorrow, so I will check in with you then. Guys, it is currently 9:32. I just finished my first writing session. I got a little sidetracked. I ended up finishing my other vlog, and then I got a couple YouTube ideas. I was writing those down, but I started writing at 8:55, so I wrote for about 35 minutes. I finished the first scene in chapter 35. I wrote 1,072 words, which puts me at about 30 words per minute. So really good for a first writing session of today. Can I just say, like my favorite part about this final part of the book is having Leo's point of view for the romance that's introduced in this book, because it's so different than Max's point of view, and I just love writing. I love writing them. They are so fucking cute. They're so different, but they just go together so fucking well. And it's just like, my babies, my fucking babies. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love writing for them. I literally don't even want to write the climax. I just want to skip to the next Max and Leo chapter. But I can't do that. So I am taking not like a break, but I am taking a break from actually drafting because I have to figure out the climax now. I'm not looking forward to this part. The part that I hate about writing the climax, it's not even the actual writing part, although I do struggle with that a lot sometimes. depending on the climax that I'm writing, but it's the planning the climax, especially because I changed my initial idea for the climax so much that I am going to use, I think I'm still going to use half of it, but the other half I think I'm going to do completely from scratch. I already figured out like an aspect of it. It's already like been talked about, the first step of the plan, but the rest of the plan hasn't been discussed in the book because I don't know what the fuck the plan is, so I gotta figure that out. Once I pick back up the writing, and we'll see if I decide to just give Leo this short little chapter, but more than likely, what I wrote will just be the first scene in this chapter, and then we will see some magic going on, but I don't know, so we'll find out.
2 hours later.
Okay guys, time for an update. It is currently 11:22. It's been about 2 hours. Yes, it took me 2 hours to plot out this fucking climax. Oh my fucking god. The climax of Sinister Alphas is definitely one of the more complicated climaxes that I've ever had to write because of three reasons. Reason number one is it's a really good rule of thumb when you're writing a series that with each book in the series, especially when you're writing a series like I am where it's the same cast of characters with a different plot, that each climax is harder to defeat than the last, right? So the climax of Sinister Wolves, I set a pretty high bar for myself. There was, a lot going on in that climax. There were a lot of reveals and plot twists. And I really want to make sure that I up my game and I keep my readers on their toes with this climax. So I already knew that there were going to be a lot of factors that played into it. Number two is because there's a lot more point of views. Sinister Wolves only has 2 point of views. At this point in the story, we have 4. So writing a climax when you have 4 point of views is really tricky because you have to make sure that each point of view has, the exciting moments, and that you're obviously having the chapter set in the point of view where it's going to be most immersive and most entertaining for the reader. This is really hard to plan out, especially because, as y'all know, I refuse to change my point of view sequence. One way or another, it will fucking work. And then reason number 3 is just there's so many elements to this climax. There's so much. Like, I don't know how many words I wrote, but I will tell you, this is my Notion page for it. I'm holding it back because there's spoilers. I'm like, all of that is all just climax planning. Like, bro. But we're gonna update my Scrivener real quick. I'll get a little snack snack, might go smoke a little cigarette. And then we are going to jump right back into the writing. Alright guys, I don't think I filmed myself writing. I just realized that, my bad. It is currently 1:30. Yeah. Just finished chapter 35. Wrote 1,230 words in 69 minutes. That's really slow for me. I only wrote like 17 words per minute. However, that is because I had to do research for this chapter that I forgot about. And usually I would just make brackets and like do it later. But like, then I might as well just skip this whole scene when I don't like skipping scenes. So I just said fuck it to the research. That's because this is a very, like, whenever possible, I try to base my witchcraft in my urban fantasy books, at least, mostly in real life witchcraft. And then I just add the fantasy elements so that it'll still work for the story. And this is one of those scenes that is very, very, very much based in reality. Only a couple things are tweaked for the fantasy setting. So that's why it took me so fucking long, because I forgot all the rules about like casting circles and all of this other shit. So I had to look it up because it's been a while since I've done anything like that. I am really happy with how it turned out. In total, chapter 35 ended up being 2,583 words. So a pretty short chapter. Now we're moving on to chapter 36, the first chapter of the climax. So we'll officially be on the first out of 7 chapters for the climax. 7 chapters. Someone pray for me. guys, it is 2:38. I just finished the chapter. It was a really short one, so chapter 36. It's only 1,074 words, but I'm definitely okay with that. I really just wanted a brief introduction to the conflict because I don't want readers to get so wrapped up in this fight that they don't get invested in the next two chapters, because I'm gonna go, because there's basically, the way I see it, there's three major points to the climax, right? I'm basically teasing one of the points right now, but we're not fully gonna get into it, and then we're gonna fully follow through with the two other points, and then we come back to the initial point of it at the end of the climax. I struggle so much with fight scenes, so I always try writing the climax for fantasy novels, because obviously it involves a lot of fight scenes most of the time. But I think this one was decent. There is a character death right off the bat, and it's so sad. I'm like, oh, poor Dick. Like, as the writer, I'm not very attached to the side character because I knew from the moment that I wrote them into the story in book one that they were going to die in this book. But still, it's like, I'm gonna start Max's chapter. I haven't decided yet how long I'm going to write for it. I think I'm going to write until 4 because I decided that I'm just going to do a really quick bullet journal spread so I don't have to dedicate a lot of time doing that today, so I can still get to sleep at a good hour, but I can still cram in a little bit more writing time since I had to spend so long planning out the climax today. But anyways, I'm gonna get to writing. I will check in with you guys in a little bit. It's time for an update. I literally hit the record button and then I forgot to enter my word count to give you guys stats. I was a bitch for a second here. Damn, I'm almost at 145k. That's insane. I'm also very happy to report I was able to finish the next chapter. It didn't end up being as long as I thought. It ended up being 3,125 words. I'm just making sure my Scrivener stats is accurate. Alright, so for this last writing session, I wrote from 2:43 p.m. until right now, which was 4:34, about 2. Yeah, it's like literally just under 2 hours. And I wrote 3,125 words, which means my words per minute was about 28.2 words per minute. So that was the best words per minute today, I think. Overall today, I have written a total of 6,521 words. In total, I spent just over 4 hours writing. Considering the fact I was late on the routine in the morning because I woke up late, and considering the fact I spent 2 hours plotting the climax, so I really spent like 6 hours writing. That's really not bad at all. As tomorrow goes, I feel like between an hour in the morning and 2 hours when I get off work tomorrow, I feel like it's pretty realistic to finish the next chapter, so that's gonna be my goal for tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna attempt to wind down for the day, even though I'm wired and I want to keep writing, but I definitely have to go to sleep early because I literally have to be at work at 6 a.m. I love that for me. Anyways, thanks for enjoying my rambles. I will chat with you guys in the morning. Am I happy with this chapter? Parts of it. Hi guys, guess who finished writing the fucking climax? Finally. It's finally fucking done. It's done. It's done. Oh my god, it's done.